So if you're like most photographers, you're probably drowning in images. But if you're using Lightroom, there's absolutely no reason for that. You see, Lightroom is one of the most powerful programs on the market today for organizing our images. It was never meant to be just a raw converter. Right from the get-go, Adobe designed Lightroom to be a digital asset manager first and foremost. And that's what really sets this program apart from its contemporaries like Adobe Camera Raw. So if you want to finally master Lightroom like a professional, then the first thing you have to do is actually master the art of organization within inside of it. You've got to be able to find your images no matter when, no matter where. It doesn't matter if you have 500,000 photos in your catalog or 1,000,000 photographs in your catalog. If you need a photograph, you've got to be able to get it instantaneously. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Okay guys, let's just go ahead and jump right in here in regards to keywords. So first and foremost, you have to understand keywording is an absolutely critical part of any professional photographer's workflow. I just can't stress that enough. If you're not keywording your images, you're completely missing the boat in terms of how powerful Lightroom is in regards to helping you stay organized with your photographs. Like I said earlier, most photographers I run into in the field, they're absolutely drowning in images. And this is where Lightroom really shines. It is so much more than just simply a raw converter. The power of this program, what we can do in regards to keywords and collections and smart collections and all that sort of stuff is, in my opinion, what really makes Lightroom shine. So let's first and foremost take a look at the left-hand side of my screen here. This is a series of shoots from 2016. You can see this just kind of goes on and on and on and on, basically. I spend so much time in the field that it's just not practical for me to try and go through and organize all of my photos according to import folders. So instead, what I do is I use keywords. So I've worked on this image, as you can tell, in comparison to the surrounding images here, and I'm back over into the library module now, and right here you can see keyword tags. And so click on this guy, and this is where we're going to enter in things. So my keywording needs are going to be probably a little bit different than most other photographers. And that's because I actually keep an online searchable database of stock photographs that I've taken. I work with a lot of different editors all over the world, and many of these editors have the ability to log right into this database, do keyword searches, find the particular images that they want, download them, and then pay me for them, essentially. So not everybody needs the same sort of depth of keywording that I need. And so for most photographers, what I would suggest on an image like this, we just keep it relatively simple. Use those words that you'll be able to then plug in later to find exactly the right photos that you're looking for. So let's take this image, for example. First and foremost, this is a brown bear from Alaska. And so that tells us a lot about how we're going to keyword this. So right off the bat, let's just go ahead and tag Alaska there. Then we're going to put in bear because, well, it is a bear. Then maybe brown bear. Brown bear. There we go. If that is, of course, I can spell. Now I'm going to put in autumn, just because of the color of the grass there. And I'm going to go a little bit further, and I'm actually going to type in wetlands. So you may not need wetlands, for instance, but Alaska, bear, brown bear, and autumn are really good starting points for most people's keywording needs. So from there, I'm just going to hit enter. That locks everything into place for me. There we go. And now I'm able to search my entire catalog for any of those specific keywords or all of those specific keywords at the exact same time to find this individual photograph. So when it comes to actually searching your catalog for particular images, first and foremost, you actually have to choose where you want Lightroom to search. So you can see right here, I have this one particular folder highlighted. So if I were to do a keyword search right now, it would only search this particular folder for those keywords. If I want to search the entire catalog, what I do then is I scroll all the way up to the top here. I'm going to click on all photographs. That's 150,000 photographs in this particular catalog here. And then I'm going to do a keyword search. Now to do that, if you're using a Mac, what you want to do is hit Command F. If you're using a PC, then it's Control F. Very simple. That's going to bring up this little search bar right here that you see. First thing you want to look at is right next to where it says text. You want to click on this and actually make sure that you have the word keywords checked right there. Then this is also very important. You want it to say contain all. Typically, default, it comes preloaded with just the word contain right there. The problem with that is if I were to do a search for something like, let's say, owls, for instance, then what would happen is I would get all of my photographs of owls, but then I would also get all of my photographs of waterfowl, because owl is also in fowl, and so I would get all these ducks, geese, and swans. So I want to try and be as specific as possible. So I hit contain all, and that way I can put in one specific keyword, or I can put in multiple keywords to kind of really help to narrow down my search. So now that I've checked all photographs over here in the upper left under catalog, and I've got keywords and contain all, now I can start digging into the catalog for very specific images. So let's just go ahead and plug in Alaska, for instance. All right, bam, right off the bat, I've got a whole bunch of images from Alaska here. All right, so that's all we need to see with this is, and you can see there's actually some of these have the little exclamation mark. For those of y'all that don't know what that is, it just means that this particular hard drive that contains that image is not connected to my computer right now. But let's get a little bit more specific here. What if I only want pictures from Alaska that include, say, fishing by bears? So excuse me, I'll stick with Alaska as my first keyword. I'm just going to hit the space bar. Now I'm just going to go ahead and start typing fishing. But I probably will only need to type in the word fish itself before it automatically grabs a hold of everything that I'm looking for. So let's just type in fish and see what happens. Bam, there it is. Now we have images from Alaska that also have the keyword fish or fishing in it. So as you can see, we're able to take a catalog with 150,000 images, 500,000 images, 2 million images. It doesn't matter. We're able to take a massive load of photographs, and we're able to narrow everything down and find exactly what we want, exactly when we want it, almost instantaneously by keywording our images like this. So again, if you're not doing this, if you're not keywording your photos this way, then you're really missing out on the power of Lightroom, and especially when it comes to the next step that I'm going to talk about in the next video I do. That's going to be all about collections and my favorite, smart collections.